guys, welcome to today's episode. Come on into the EBS 3 Battle Simulations Lab. We've got a lot of stuff kind of done down here, out in this big bay area. It's where all the magic is happening right now. We've been busy putting together cubicles the way we want them, putting together stations and all that stuff. So it's coming along a little bit. First, show you the briefing room real quick. This is our briefing room. It's very echoey, so that kind of sucks, but all the soldiers will take seats here. We're gonna be mounting a TV up here, hopefully today, and then we'll brief off the TV. This is basically where we give the soldiers all the briefing about what they're gonna be doing, the rules and all that stuff. And then they also do AER, which is called an after actions review, where they kind of talk about what they did right, what they did wrong during the scenario. And then this is the admin area right here. This is where I will be propped up at, running the scenario and everything. You've got a kind of like a second admin area right here for like another assistant to help out. The main admin is right there with whoever kind of is in charge of the unit that's training, sitting back there, operating the talk, receiving the radio transmissions and tracking everything that's going on and telling us what they want to see, what they want the unit to react to and all that kind of stuff. And then you've got all the stations. We got bunches, well, 6. We're running 6 stations, so it's a very nice setup. I like the way it's kind of organized and everything. I think it'll be pretty good for training and stuff. But basically you have it to where you have a driver with the steering wheel right over there, and then his laptop. Center position is the gunner, and it's that whole setup I was telling you about where if he's actually just in like a Humvee or something like that, he stands up and uses a controller with the screen up there. We're hoping to get better screens eventually. And then if he's in a vehicle that's got a crow system or like a tank or whatever, then he'll sit down, the lower one. Then the vehicle commander would sit over to the right of the driver, and then 2 dismount positions for extra positions. So each cubicle has got that kind of a setup kind of to it. So it'll be nice. So we're getting everything plugged in, everything networked and all that stuff. So hopefully tomorrow or even maybe later today we can give it a little test run, because we gotta be ready for training coming up. We got some training a little later this week. So we don't have much time. We gotta get this stuff going. I mean, there's another room back there, but it's nothing cool back there. That's like an extra room for other stuff. So if we want to have additional people in there, we can. But yeah, so lots of stuff happening. Here's the new headsets. Got brand new headsets that they fielded us. So we got those. We got the brand new steering wheels that are pretty nice. You may have seen some stuff. I don't remember if I showed you the steering wheels and everything, but we got these cool steering wheels that are pretty fancy. They've also got controllers that we'll use for some of the stations, not all of them. But yeah, it's coming together. Hey guys, I'm home now, and Jesse was nice enough to get me dinner so that I won't have to have something unhealthy like chips and salsa or something for dinner. Since she is closing tonight, she got me a Rockstar and chicken Caesar salad. What a great girlfriend she is. So I'll have that tonight for dinner. So I had the nice salad that Jesse left for me, kicked back, watched a little TV, but now it's time to get down to business and I need to start working on some editing for that wedding. So I'm gonna head on into here, into the office and edit away. Just trying to get some work done here on this computer. And then I discovered that I can go back in time on Google Earth. So that ate up a lot of time. Still got some time to maybe do a little bit of editing. Not a whole lot though. I got sucked into that a little bit. Some of the imagery from like back in the day sucked though, so you can't see shit from if you zoom in too far. But I was just kind of curious, kind of looking at some stuff. You can't go back too far. Like Colorado Springs, I was only able to go back to 1999. And some of the imagery from some of those years isn't very good, so you can't really see very well. Messenger thing, messaging one of my friends about coming to visit in California, but actually in Las Vegas. But anyways, off topic. I was time traveling, checking out how things have changed. Saw my house. It looked like looked like maybe early 2000s or something like that. It looks like there's 2 cars parked side by side of the driveway. So it makes me wonder, did my driveway used to be bigger? Or there's just some assholes parking on the grass and stuff, or on the part of the yard. I don't know. But it looked like that. It was really blurry because the imagery wasn't that good from that year. But it looks like imagery didn't start getting, very clear until it looks like 2008 or something like that, 2010. So it's still kind of recent. All the other imagery back in the day kind of sucked and stuff, but it was kind of fun, just time traveling a little bit. But that's as far as I could go back for Colorado Springs. I think my hometown, Bishop, I was able to go back to, I think 93, but that imagery really sucks. You can't zoom in worth a crap on that one. That one's, you have to look at everything from a distance, but it's kind of fun, kind of cool to check out. Alright guys, time to close out yet another episode. I didn't get as far as I wanted to get on editing that wedding video, but I did get a chance to like look at a lot of the clips, tweak a little bit of stuff, kind of prepare the project and stuff so that way I can get it going and everything. It's kind of amazing, like you look at some of the footage, I looked at some of the raw footage and I was getting a little skeptical about how it was turning out. It wasn't really looking the way that I kind of imagined it to look, and so you get a little discouraged. But then you start tweaking some things here and there and doing a little post-production work on some of those clips, and you start seeing what you were hoping it would look like, and your faith kind of gets renewed again in the project. So there's some cool footage in there, and you do a little post-production work and it turns out pretty cool. So let's go ahead and jump into today's question of the day. Today's question of the day is related to my little Google Earth adventure. So it's pretty cool getting to kind of go back in time a little bit on that satellite imagery and seeing like Colorado Springs, for example, certain areas where it was just blank. There was just an open field there. And then over the years, you start to see construction, and then you're like, hey, that's where Lowe's is at, or that's where Walmart is at, or whatever kind of a thing. And it was kind of neat. So you're like, that's kind of cool. You couldn't really see like my house area very well. Some of the older satellite footage or satellite imagery was pretty grainy and pretty shitty. So you couldn't see really how that kind of changed too well. But certain other areas was really cool. So that was kind of cool. So in relation to that, with the question of the day, the question is, if you could travel in time, where would you want to go? For me, I'd want to go pretty far into the future. I'd probably want to go to like the late 2000s or maybe like into the 3000s. Somewhere pretty far to where something major has happened. You know, we've maybe gone to Mars. Maybe technology has changed so much to where, you know, cell phones are so much different. Computers are so much different. Life is just so much different. I'd love to see how, you know, society would evolve, you know, that far into the future and what has happened. I mean, you think about like some of the things have changed just from like say 1900 to the year 2000. I mean, you saw people would have seen, you know, the car being invented, the computer being invented, the telephone, all that kind of stuff, you know. So you wonder, what would it be like if you were in the late 2000s or in the year 3000? What would life be like that far into the future? So that's where I would go. I want to go pretty far into the future and kind of see what life is like and what technology offers and stuff. So leave your comment down below where you'd like to go, whether the past or the future or a specific time zone. Maybe you want to go check out, you know, George Washington becoming president, or maybe you want to go to the future too. Maybe you have a specific time in the future you'd like to see. But leave your comment down below and let me know where you would travel in time. There's a place in Texas called Earth. It is the only town on Earth officially named Earth. See you tomorrow.